Every year, millions of university students submit essays that fail. They don't fail from a lack of good ideas, but because they are poorly organized. In lecture halls and seminar rooms around the world, the expectations are high. You have to meet rigorous academic standards, which means having a great point is only half the battle. You have to know how to build it. Think of a standard academic essay as a three-part structure. You start with an introduction to hook the reader, move into the body where arguments live, and finish with a conclusion to wrap things up. While a strong introduction gets your reader in the door, the survival of your argument depends entirely on what happens in the middle. The body paragraphs do all the heavy lifting. A functional body paragraph operates as a piece of predictable microarchitecture, where every sentence serves a specific structural purpose. Mastering the blueprint of this microarchitecture is the most critical skill a university writer can develop. It is the only way to turn a chaotic jumble of thoughts into a structurally sound, convincing argument. Before you type a single word of that argument, you have to align your mindset with 5 essential qualities that govern all effective writing. The first 2 happen before drafting even begins. You need a clear purpose, deciding whether your goal is to inform your reader or persuade them. And you need audience awareness, meaning you tailor your tone and vocabulary specifically to whoever will be reading the text. The next 3 are mechanical qualities applied during the drafting process. You need clarity, which means choosing precise words over vague ones. You need unity, where every single sentence sticks strictly to one central idea, and coherence, ensuring those ideas flow in a logical order. These 5 qualities provide the precise, measurable standards academic readers use to evaluate the strength of your writing. To actually execute those 5 qualities, writers rely on a highly practical framework, the standard 5-sentence academic outline. Sentence 1 sets the agenda. This is your topic sentence. It must do 2 things immediately: name the main subject you are writing about, and present a specific controlling idea that limits the scope of that subject. A sentence like, "I am going to write about peer feedback," is far too vague. A strong topic sentence makes an arguable claim, like, "Peer feedback encourages writers to revise their drafts more substantively than self-editing." It tells the reader exactly what you intend to prove. Next comes the evidence. Sentences 2, 3, and 4 are your supporting sentences. Think of them as the load-bearing walls of your paragraph. They provide the facts, reasons, and concrete examples necessary to prove your topic sentence. This is where you apply the unity test. If a supporting sentence introduces an off-topic idea that strays from your controlling idea, it weakens the entire structure. It must be cut, no matter how interesting it is. To achieve coherence among the surviving sentences, you link them together using specific transitional words, like furthermore, however, or consequently. This maps out the logical sequence so the reader never gets lost. Finally, sentence 5 is the wrap. The concluding sentence brings the paragraph to a satisfying close. It restates your main idea in a new way and signals to the reader that you finished making your point without ever introducing new information. By strictly adhering to this 5-sentence blueprint, you ensure your paragraph maintains its structural integrity and can survive rigorous academic scrutiny. Mastering this internal architecture is rarely something a writer achieves in complete isolation. To ensure that architecture holds up, writers employ a structured collaborative process known as peer response. When you exchange drafts with other students, a critical cognitive shift happens. You are forced to step back from your own assumptions and look at the text objectively, right through the eyes of an actual audience. This moves your focus away from just hunting down surface-level grammar mistakes. Instead, you start evaluating the deep logical structure of the text, checking if the topic sentence is clear and if the evidence truly supports it. The simple act of reading a classmate's work and providing that feedback sharply develops your own analytical skills. You learn to recognize structural flaws in others, which makes you far better at spotting them in your own writing. Writing is a structural craft, refined through a deeply collaborative process. By understanding the internal anatomy of a paragraph and the external mechanism of peer review, you are fully prepared to dive